Hi, guys. Welcome to Sale and Wellness Portal. It's been a while since we've last spoken, since I last come on here. I've been experiencing a lot of different challenges lately, so I've been just needed to take care of some things. But also within the last 3 to 4 weeks, I've been experiencing a shift that I've never really experienced before. Not in this way. A kind of peace that has been surfacing even while so much chaos has been going on. And when I say chaos, it doesn't have to mean, it's not dramatic, but it's just been changes. So maybe let's say changes. So over the last couple of weeks, I've been seeing a lot of myself in different ways. I've also been seeing how much I've been learning to surrender again and letting things just happen the way that they're meant to happen and releasing control, letting my ego be pushing down my ego from surfacing. And through this surrender, I've been peace has arisen. Surrendering to not knowing what's coming next. Surrendering to what's happening, the challenges that I am facing in my life. Just surrendering and letting God do what He's meant to do in my life. And I've been thinking about how much my inner self feels at this time. I found myself having tears fall down my eyes at moments. And I would ask myself, how do you feel? Why are you crying? And I think it's the point where I'm surrendering to the grief that has been circling inside of me. And when you start to surrender to the grief, it's as if acceptance has emerged. You are now accepting that the grief is here. You cannot bypass it. But if you keep being able to address it in that moment and understand why it's happening, you're able to accept it. And I've been looking at that, and that's what I've been experiencing for the last couple of weeks. And also just being able to say, you know what? I don't have control over this. I'm driving myself crazy trying to have control over this. And I'm tired of driving myself crazy, trying to hold on tight to something that obviously does not want to stay, right? Because the ego wants me to, okay, we got to do this. The ego is not only trying to have the control, but also trying to protect me at the same time. But as spiritual beings, we are already protected because the Lord is protecting us. God is protecting us. So why do I have to it's like I am trying to control God's hands in my life. And he is he is causing the resistance from that in a way. Because his will, his story for my life, for anyone's life, for our lives, is very much different than it is that we want for our own selves. And surrendering is basically me getting out of my own way and just letting things be. Maybe about a week ago, I posted a video just saying we're not meant to be these hardworking beings. We're meant to just be in life and just let things flow as they appear and let them align as they're meant to. And then I started thinking to myself, well, okay, if I'm meant to just be, okay, let me try just being and giving myself permission to just be. Okay, I think I could do that. So I tried. I woke up one morning and I was tired of myself, tired of letting myself stand in my way. So I woke up one morning and I just said, you know what? I don't have any control over it. I'm just gonna, you know what, God? Okay, you won. You got it. I'm done. I'm gonna let that be. And from there, I would see that, oh shoot, I don't have to do anything. Everything is just doing what it's meant to do when it's meant to. Because that's also too a part of the control. You want it at your time. I want it at my time. I want this to happen at my time, but it's not going to happen on my time. And surrendering to that. And then, like I said, I was asking myself, like, okay, how do we actually know when alignment is meant for us? Do we feel it? Do we feel just naturally in our self? Or do I get a gut feeling that this can actually be something great? I started thinking about that because I said, okay, well, when something comes in, how do I respond? So I recently got a job offer, and we're going to talk about that because I think these people try to traffic me, guys. But I recently got a job offer, and I'm wondering, okay, so I'm looking at this job offer and I'm looking at it and I'm just like, okay. I was intimidated at first because I'm like, wait, I don't know if I can do this. So I actually talked myself out of it for the first day. And then the next day I went back to it and I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, if we don't, because the imposter syndrome comes on. If we, as me, I'm saying, like, if we don't start changing the way we look at things, we're going to keep staying stuck in the same jobs that we don't want, right? So I began to look through the questions that they sent me, and I'm looking it through and I'm like, wait, hold on. I do have these skills. I have all of these skills. I can do this. So I ended up doing the questionnaire. I ended up sending it back. They told me that I was great and all of this stuff. And then I started to, well, it ended up being a scam. It was a fake job posting, but that's a whole nother thing. But even going through that fake job offer, it helped me see how aligned I was with this job, right? It helped me to see that I am able to do this, that this is something that I can do, and that this is something that actually helps me on a bigger impact. And now I am able to go further. So then I just kept on thinking about, the more I had let go, things just flowed the way that it was meant to. So surrendering and letting the ego not have so much control, and also a part of the ego sometimes, not the protective ego, because I also see how much the ego is trying to protect me from things, but having to tell her, like, okay, but do we see, because she'll start spiraling, and I have to tame her and tell her, what are we seeing in this moment that is causing us to spiral? And I'm asking her, I'm talking to myself, and right, I'm talking to my ego, I'm talking to the mirror that's inside of me. And what is causing us to spiral? What is causing us to have all of these thoughts pop in our head? And I have to ask her that, and she doesn't have an answer. She's just trying to protect me. All she can say is, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to make sure that I'm trying to make sure that this is the right thing that we should be doing. But my spirit is telling me, my intuition is telling me that it's okay. Like, we can do this. So being able to have these type of conversations with myself, being able to surrender over to my intuition and to my spirit. Are we going to be perfect every time? Hell no. But when we start to slow down and we start to really see, it changes things. And when we start to talk to ourselves, and when we feel that fear, because she's trying to protect us. And why is she trying to protect us? Because a part of us is scared. A part of us feels the fear. She wants to make sure that we're good. We ain't trying to be out here doing the same thing, same old thing. We're doing differently this time. And even while my spirit is trying to do differently, my ego now has to do differently as well. So I have to tame her. And I have to tell her, Shigo, you gotta come down, baby. You gotta come down. I know you're trying to protect us, but also let Sierra have the control to align with something. Let her feel that. Let her feel what she is needing to feel at this time. Yes, you can protect us. And when you are needed, you will be there to protect us. But right now, she needs to just be. She needs to just surrender and let it go and let God just work his hands. But it ended up being a scam, the job and everything. And I found out from the organization, I called for something in my spirit, right? Something in my spirit told me, this doesn't feel right. It was just missing a step. We missed a step. And that is what told me that, okay, this is not real. And I cried. Because I really had sat there throughout the day convincing myself that you can do this. And that part of this journey through this process was not fake, because I really can. But it's all about me taking the time to change my mindset that got me there. Me seeing that you are worth so much more. You are worthy of having the type of job that you want. You are worthy of that, and you can allow it to happen. This one might have not worked out, but guess what? Now you're one step closer to the job that is the real job that is going to work out, because you have a different mindset going in. And maybe a part of my ego was protecting me even when I found out that it was a scam, that it was something that was fake. The job is a real position, a real everything, all of these things, but the people weren't. But it doesn't diminish who you are. And this can relate to just life in general, right? In the past, I've let people make me think that hold on, let me rephrase that. I let other people's opinions of me change how I felt about myself and how I saw myself. Right? That's the fake. That's the scam. Right? That was the scam. Now, the truth is, no, I am worthy. I can do this. Just because they tried to scam me doesn't mean that it was fake. Doesn't mean that my worthiness is fake, that I am not capable, that it doesn't mean any of that. Real endowed, it means that you are. Because what people try to scam people who have it, right? People always try to scam the people who got something. They don't scam people who don't have anything. So the next time somebody tells you about you, they're trying to scam you. They're trying to get you got. They're trying to take you for all your worth. But baby, you already got it. And you got to look out for those clues, because there are a lot of people trying to scam you out of your life, scam you out of your worth, scam you out of having that mindset for yourself. And you cannot let that just happen. So when your intuition tells you, not your intuition. When your ego tells you you can't do this, who is that ego? Who is that voice? Is it your voice? Is it your grandfather's voice? Is it your mom's voice? Is it your dad's voice? Is it your auntie's voice? Is it your friend's voice? Because there is a voice connected to that part of our ego that is trying to protect us, behind it, if that makes sense. And I hope I'm making sense with this, because the way that you see it, okay, let me give an example. I was once told that I would never be able to be loved. So growing up, my ego kept on telling me we have to protect our heart because we're going to get hurt because you're not able to be loved. Who really told me I'm not going to be able to be loved? I had to go behind my ego's voice and see the voice behind that. I never told myself I wasn't able to be loved, but guess who did? My mom told me I was not going to be able to be loved. And by my mom telling me that, I started to believe that. So my ego started to protect me from that, because I don't want pain. I don't want to get hurt. If I'm not able to be loved, if I'm not able to be loved by another, I'm not going to be involved with anyone. So my ego protected me for those as many years, right? Until I started to look at myself and say, I love you. You are so this. You are so beautiful. You are so wonderful. You have a bomb-ass personality. You're a goddess. People love you. People come to you. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. And it wasn't adding up for me. It was like 2 + 2 = 6. No, it wasn't adding up for me. So then I had to go within myself and say, what voice is stopping me from this? And how do I now let Shigo know that we are good? Having to talk her through things. And this is all a process this is a part of the healing process, at least on my side. And maybe this is a part of your healing process as well. Maybe this type of way of doing things, this format, can help you on you seeing where your ego is trying to protect you, but really in doubt, hurting you because it's keeping you away from living a full life. And this can be in anything. This can be in your job. This can be in your love life. This can be in your friendships. This can be just on a regular day-to-day. I know people who are afraid to go on walks outside of their community because they're afraid that something's going to happen to them. You can't let fear stop you. You can't let fear take over. Because if you let your ego and that fear take over, because a part of that fear is your ego trying to protect you from getting hurt, you'll never get anywhere. Call it an ego death. It is an ego death in a way, but you're not letting all of her die. Still keep her. Still keep him, whatever. I call her. She's Shigo for me. Right? So keep a part of her because she also is there to protect you. But you will know the difference between real fear and fear that is trying to hold you back. And you got to know the difference. You got to know the difference. You know when something is really, okay, I really fear this. Like if an alligator is in front of you, that's your ego telling you, you better run, right? You need to get out of there. Like you say, you're stuck in quicksand. You're melting away. and your ego is saying, we got to get out of here. He's coming forward. That is your ego not only just protecting you, but showing you that this is fair and we need to save our life. But then, if it's a bunny rabbit and it's hopping towards you, maybe you are scared. Maybe a part of you is like, okay, what is he going to do? I don't know what he's going to do. But it's a harmless bunny rabbit. You can pick it up. You can pet it. You can feed it. That's the nurturing side. That's but your intuition is saying, it's so cute. It's so harmless. And sometimes you may get bit. You may get bit, right? And that's why I said it's not perfect, but still, it's not as severe as it would be from an alligator tearing your arm off. So surrender to the beauty of life. Don't let the ego cause you to miss out on life. Don't let the ego stop you from convincing yourself that you are not enough, because you are. And don't let your ego keep you away from opportunities that maybe it's different from what you've done, but you have the skills to do it. Don't let the imposter syndrome try to fool you. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you stayed the full video, I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if this message resonates with you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.